Ever, like, walk past someone on the street and you do a double take?
Like you just saw your doppelganger.
Yeah. It's like, wait, was that me?
Yeah.
It's always a little freaky. But imagine that feeling. But it's not just a fleeting moment. And the person doesn't just look like you, they share your name.
Whoa.
And I'm talking same unusual name. That's the story we're diving into today. The case of not one, but two baseball players, both named Brady Feigl.
Oh, wow. Talk about a recipe for mistaken identity.
Right, and it gets mixed up a lot. So one Brady Feigl, he's pitching for the Long Island Ducks.
Okay.
The other playing for the Las Vegas Aviators.
Wow.
And it's not just the name. They're both these tall, lanky guys, 6'4", redheads, even sport glasses on the field.
Huh.
Pictures of them side by side. You almost need a scorecard to tell them apart.
That's uncanny, like a real-life Parent Trap, but with a little Twilight Zone thrown in for good measure.
Exactly. And the mix-ups? Oh, they're good. Back in 2015, both Bradys needed elbow surgery.
No.
Same surgery, get this, same doctor, the renowned Dr. James Andrews. You really can't make this stuff up.
Seriously.
And then 2017, the University of Missouri's baseball team, they sent out a birthday tweet. All good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except they tagged the wrong Brady Feigl.
Oh, no. Really?
They meant to get the Aviators Feigl, the one who'd played for them. The Ducks Feigl had to point out the mistake online. Can you imagine?
I can't even imagine. It does make you wonder, like, how often does that kind of thing happen? The role of coincidence and chance encounters, you know? But while remarkable, the phenomenon of doppelgängers is something that has intrigued scientists for quite a while now.
So there's actually science behind why some people look so alike, even without being related. This whole thing has me wondering.
Absolutely. There was this fascinating study in 2022 published in Cell Reports where researchers in Barcelona studied unrelated lookalikes, people who could pass for twins despite having no family connection. And what they found was pretty astonishing. These doppelgängers often shared surprisingly similar DNA.
Wait, really? So even if you're not related, looking almost identical can be written in your genes. Tell me more.
Yeah. And here's where it gets really interesting. The study found that these shared genes, they went beyond just influencing physical appearance, right? They even showed some correlation with like shared habits, behaviors.
It's out.
Even things like smoking preferences.
Whoa, that's wild. It's like somewhere out there, your doppelganger isn't just rocking the same haircut. They might actually be into the same weird stuff you are. But this makes you wonder, if we met our doppelgangers, would we connect on some deeper level? Are our lives predetermined by our DNA, or is there room for free will? I mean, you listening out there, what do you think?
Right. It's a question that's like puzzled philosophers and scientists for centuries, this whole nature versus nurture thing.
Well,
This study seems to suggest that our genes might play a larger role than we previously thought, influencing not just our looks, but also our inclinations, you know, and tendencies.
which brings us back to our baseball-playing Brady Feigls. Did they ever figure out if they were long-lost twins or something?
Well, after their story went viral, they actually took a DNA test.
Okay, so drum roll, please. Were they or weren't they?
Turns out they weren't related at all.
Oh, man.
No surprise twist ending there.
Okay.
But, and this is what I find so fascinating, even after finding out they weren't long-lost twins, they still felt this, like, bond.
Yeah.
They even called each other brothers in a way.
That's kind of sweet. It really makes you think, even without a blood connection, shared experiences, especially ones as unusual as this, can create a connection just as powerful as any biological tie.
Totally. And it reminds us that, like, our genes don't tell our whole story, right? Human connection can arise from the most unexpected places. We live in a world where we can send a text around the globe in seconds, connect with people who share our interests, no matter how niche they are. And yet, sometimes it's the randomness, the sheer improbability of life that brings us face to face with connections that make us question, like, everything we thought we knew.
Like the universe has a sense of humor,
Yeah.
right? And it reminds us that maybe, just maybe, there's still a little bit of magic, a little bit of coincidence and wonder left in the world. This whole story has me thinking, in a world that's constantly trying to categorize us, you know, define us by our DNA, our profiles, our algorithms, maybe it's these moments of beautiful, uncanny coincidence that remind us just how complex and unpredictable life can be.
Absolutely. It's a good reminder that there's still so much we don't know.
Right?
And that's okay.
Yeah.
In fact, it's more than okay. It's what keeps things interesting.
It really makes you wonder, what if we met our doppelgangers? What would that even be like?
It begs the question, what would you want to know about them? Or maybe what might you discover about yourself through that encounter?
Now, that's a deep thought to leave us with. It's like looking into a mirror. right?
Yeah.
But but the reflection is looking back with a lifetime of different experiences, choices, maybe even a different name, makes you realize that identity, what makes us us, is this complex tapestry woven from our genes, our experiences, maybe even a little bit of cosmic coincidence.
Yeah, and perhaps that's the most important takeaway from this whole tale of the two Brady Feigls, right? We are more than just the sum of our parts. There's an element of chance, of the unknown, that shapes our journeys, that connects us in ways that, we might never have imagined.
It's a good reminder that life is full of surprises. You never know, you might just bump into your doppelganger at the grocery store one day. And